Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're recording.
We are recording.
So now anything that happens from this point on could be on the internet.
Yeah.
That's
You can get
exciting.
canceled for it.
Oh shit.
Can't say anything bad now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What will we ever do? Okay. So, hello, if you're watching this. How are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm having a pretty lovely day. How are you doing, Sophie?
I'm having a pretty darn good day.
It's been a pretty good day. It's been a couple pretty good days. So anyway, this is a podcast that I've decided to start because I want there to be a record of what I'm doing. I'm calling it Screaming into the Void because that's basically what this is. I doubt anyone will watch this
That's okay.
for a very long time. Like,
I think that kind of makes it more fun. It's like
that's
a
the
time
point.
capsule.
It is like a time capsule. So I'm kind of doing this just as much for myself as I am for anyone watching.
Yeah.
Because like I just want to record what my life was like when I started this project, because it's really important to me to have a record of that.
So you can look back and like cringe at it.
Yeah, so I can cringe really hard. But I would so much rather cringe than forget. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's just a really important life lesson.
I think that cringing at yourself is an important part of growing up.
Yeah, that's
But I
so
also
true.
think you have to make sure to not be mean to yourself.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, there's a healthy level of cringe to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the reason it's called Screaming into the Void is because, well, I got the idea from the first time I went busking in New York, which is where we are living right now.
That is true.
You know, and
New York shitty.
New York fucking shitty. Yeah, I'm sorry, New York. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry I butchered your
Sorry
accent.
for gracing you with our presence.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, the first time I did busking, I had my guitar and I was coming back from work, and there was no plan. I just kind of like busted out my guitar in Grand Central Station. So Grand Central, no, it was Times Square. It was 42nd Street.
Oh yeah.
And I just kind of played a couple songs, and it was the most freeing thing because no one gave a shit at all. And like, you know, I don't mean to be an egotist or whatever, but like I'm pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I worked pretty hard.
Yeah.
I'm a good singer.
I can verify that as an outside source.
I'm pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'm pretty good. And not a single person even looked at me. I didn't do it for that long, granted.
Yeah.
It was only like half an hour, but not a single, there was of course no money, absolutely.
Yeah.
No one even looked at me. And I was like, and I'm a loud singer too. I was like belting my head off, and no one even gave a shit. And it was the most freeing feeling.
Yeah.
It was like amazing, because I realized that at any point in my life, I could just go into the middle of a very crowded subway station, New York City, and scream as loud as I can, and I would make no impact on anything. And that's a good feeling, oddly enough,
Yeah.
because it's like there's a lot of value. And you and I have talked about this a lot. There's a lot of value in just doing stuff for the sake of doing it,
Yeah.
and not
For yourself.
and not for any attention you might get, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why I did that the first time. Is like I just wanted to. The main reason I did it is because that's something I feel like I've fantasized about for a long time. Like
Sure.
I remember when I was a kid.
Busking in New York
Yeah,
City.
no, seriously.
Yeah.
And like, I like when I was a kid, like a little kid, like kindergarten or something. I would watch busking videos on YouTube religiously.
That's so funny.
I loved busking.
That totally
videos.
checks.
Yeah.
That totally
I would
checks.
watch the craziest busking videos, and I would be like, one day, be like, one day, I'm also going to play guitar on a street corner.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why, but I've just I don't really shout out to all the buskers out there, because that shit is hard.
Yeah.
If you busk, you're a fucking legend, and I love you. But I've done it a few times, and sometimes have been more fun than others.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like doing it with others would be really fun.
yeah, I've done it. The best time I've had is with other people.
Yeah.
I have this guitarist who I really like to do it with. Shout out to Zarif Space Rose on Instagram. I'll like put him up here somewhere. He's a really good guitarist. He's part of an awesome band.
Hell yeah.
And so anyway, where was I? Screaming into the Void. You know,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
the name, and that's what I'm doing right now, because This is probably going to be like a long. It might be half an hour at minimum because I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about. And I don't even like I can barely sit through like a podcast that's good. And so like I don't really expect anyone to watch this, and that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Like if people do watch it, I'm guessing people will probably watch it like long after I post it, if I like, you know, become notable and like build a fan base, and you know, there's people who want a lot of content will scrub back to the beginning of my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And see this.
It's so fun doing that with YouTubers and stuff, like scrolling way back to the beginning of their YouTube channel and seeing like it's so fun. I did it kind of recently with like Captain Disillusion, who does like VFX debugging and stuff.
Cool, yeah.
I binge watched like every single video on his channel.
Speaking of YouTubers, by the way, I didn't properly introduce my guest here. This is Sophie, one of my best friends ever, and my roommate in New York City.
Yeah.
She is a YouTuber.
Something like that.
Yeah. She makes all sorts of fun stuff. Coder extraordinaire.
I suppose.
Video editor. No, you're fucking good. Shut up. Video editor. Funny. Haha.
Okay, on occasion.
Yeah. I have been known.
A little bit.
I have been
once
known,
or twice in my life. I have been funny.
Yeah,
like once.
And so Zephyr Snow in most places.
Yes. I go by Zephyr online.
Yes.
But,
she is my rock.
Yeah.
But genuinely, like she's like you and I have talked a lot about music and like art and life and why it matters, and I really don't think I'd be doing any other thing. I know for a fact I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for you. So very important person right here. And you think about like content and and like doing and making stuff for people.
I have opinions about content and the internet.
You have so many fucking opinions.
I have an opinion or two.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the person I'm going to be doing this with, to have someone to talk to, because it'd be a lot more boring if I was just talking to myself.
Yeah.
I would enjoy it a lot less. And I think I really value your input about just about everything.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I value your input too, bestie.
Thank you. That's so nice. Anyway, so that's the. Now let's talk about why I'm doing it. So I have like some bullet points here about things I want to talk about. The first thing is, why am I doing a podcast in the first place? I already said this really, which is like I want a record, because like I said already, like my all-time favorite artists, you know, like John Bellion, 21 Pilots. I really like Dominic Fike. You know, Breakins is another big one. You know, all these artists that I admire so much. Lawrence, for sure, that band. I'm seeing them in September. I'm super excited about that.
Hell yeah.
All of these people who I admire so much. Once I find someone that really inspires me, like I will watch every interview. I will read their whole Wikipedia page. I will do everything I can to figure out how they did what they did, because it's like, I don't know, I just do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Do a lot of research, and it's really inspiring to me whenever I find I don't know, like evidence of when they started.
Yeah.
Because it's so inspiring as someone who is young and wants it so badly but isn't there and is just kind of starting. It can be so intimidating to start, because you see these people who have, you know, far along their journeys, and you're like, how will I ever,
how the fuck do I get from here to there?
How the fuck do
how
I
does
get
that
there?
even happen?
And so I am just really passionate about having a record of how that happened.
Yeah.
And so I figure, you know, this is a new beginning for me. And no matter where this journey goes, I'd really like to have a record of it.
Show the grandkids.
Show the grandkids, for sure. So anyway, what is the journey?
That's a great question. That's a
the
great
journey is
question.
Goldfish 24. That's the journey.
Everybody has their own journey, I think.
Everyone has their own journey. I have
your journey.
One of my journeys.
One of your multitude of journeys.
Goldfish 24 is my new music project. I have been making music since 2020, the beginning of 2020, very beginning. Since I was like 16. And well, I've been doing music since I was like 8.
Yeah.
But I started like seriously writing music.
I was going to say, I feel like I imagine you making music like out the womb.
Yeah,
like,
no, for real.
Immediately.
I mean, like I had wanted to write songs ever since I could like walk.
Yeah. Do you know the like auto-tuned baby sound crying?
Shut the fuck.
That was like you when you came out of the womb.
Oh my god. I remember my grandma loves to tell me this story about when I was 8 years old. Like she came over to my house and I was like locked in my room, and she asked my mom like, "Oh, what's he doing?" And my mom was like, just go talk to him." And she knocked on my room, and I opened the door, 8-year-old self, and I said, "Go away, I'm composing," and I slammed the door because I was writing a little song.
That's awesome.
So I've wanted to write songs for forever, but I only really seriously started doing it when I was 16, and that's because I took a digital music class in high school. And
I remember that class.
Did you?
I don't think I was in the class with you, but I did take that class.
Oh yeah, no, that was awesome. It was a fun class because I just ignored everything the teacher said, did whatever I wanted for an hour. I learned a lot more doing that than I would have if I did those fucking assignments.
That's exactly how I was with computer science.
It's so real. But yeah, I took a digital music class in high school and learned GarageBand, and that like open the floodgates, because my problem with writing songs was always like I could fucking sing and play my ass off when I was 16. Like I started I was like, I think I was the 4th best high school jazz pianist in the state of New Mexico, where we are both from.
Wow.
I took practicing really seriously. I could play piano really well, could play guitar decently, and I've been singing since I was 8. And I was in high school. I got into this program where I got to get training from an opera house in Santa Fe. So I could do shit.
Yeah.
I was playing like gigs when I was 14. But I'd never written anything, and it was because I had so much in here. I like all these. I could hear it. I could hear like how I wanted the drums and the horns and the guitar, and I knew how I wanted all of it, but I didn't know how to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And I always got frustrated with the piano because it was like, and granted, I've learned you can do a lot with the piano, but back then I was like frustrated because I couldn't play all the instruments, and that's what digital music did for me. Is it let me do anything I wanted, and it was over since then. So, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I like, dude, talk about like butterfly effect moments. I remember the like day before we left for COVID, when it was still going to be like 3 weeks of a break, I went into the music classroom and I put my project on a flash drive so I could take it home and keep working on it.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't done that, God, I don't even know what the fuck would have happened, man. I would be, don't even want to think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spent all of COVID making music, and it's my true love. It's all I want to do ever. And from there, God, I'm getting off track. And I'm just thinking, what do I want to talk about?
We just love talking.
Oh, yeah, we just love talking.
We're talking about your journey.
We're talking about the journey. Okay, this story is important to the journey. So Goldfish 24 is the 4th attempt for me to release music. The first one, so when I started making music when I was 16, by the time I was 17, in the summer of 2021, I had like a full album or more worth of stuff. And it was like, in retrospect, it was pretty amateur, but at the time I thought it was really, really good. And I still think those songs are really, really good. I just don't think my production and recording technique was up to snuff to make them like good recordings, but I still think the songs were really good. And I went to a Berklee College of Music 5-week. For those of you who don't know, Berklee College of Music, big fancy music college in Boston. I begged my parents, and they used all of their savings, because my family does not have a lot of money, to send me to a high school program at this college in Boston, where I lived there for 5 weeks and took classes. Like it's basically like a mini semester for high schoolers, and it was amazing. And I met so many fucking like cracked musicians. Like, oh my God, it was, dude, these 16, 17, 18-year-olds were fucking insane.
Yeah.
And
teenagers are scary.
Dude,
Just in general.
Teenagers are so scary.
Teenagers are scary.
Especially teenager godlike musicians.
Yeah, especially teenagers that are better than you.
Yeah, yeah. But that was the thing that I loved the most about the camp, is because I'd never been outside of my bubble. I had always been in small town New Mexico. I had kind of reached the top of that rung, and I thought I was like good.
Yeah.
And then, but I always had this, you know, I always knew that like, oh, I'm good for here, but I've never been anywhere else.
Yeah.
But Berkeley was so sick because I went there, and of course I got, you know, humbled by all these amazing musicians, but I also was not that bad.
Yeah.
I was like one of the better people at this camp. Out of everyone there were some people who were definitely worse than me. You know, and like all that's ego, so it doesn't really matter. But like I really love that camp because it showed me like I could hang. You know, I could like keep up. I could keep up with like.
Yeah, like gave you a little bit of confidence.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Like I can do this.
I'm definitely not anywhere near the best, but I can definitely keep up with the best.
Yeah.
And you know what the thing though, I was the best at one thing, and it was songwriting. Like, and like, that's again, ego. I'm bragging. I'm sorry. But genuinely, I did not meet, and maybe, I mean, I didn't meet everyone there, so I'm sure there was amazing songwriters there. But personally, I did not meet anyone there who could touch me in terms of songwriting. Like, I would go into songwriting sessions with people, and I would come up with all these ideas and get them down, and they'd be like, holy shit, dude, who are you? Like, I remember one girl said to me, I was in the songwriting class, and I was so much better than my songwriting teacher. He tried to get us to write songs about yoga pants. Cause like, I don't know,
I could see that as like an exercise and like not taking it too seriously. Or
no, I think he wrote a song about yoga pants. Anyway, it was something, I don't know. He like, take my word for it. I'm sorry, he was not a great songwriter. He played us his music, and I was like, dog, I don't. Whatever. It wasn't a great class. I didn't get a lot from it. But there was a girl in my class who like, we do these exercises like, here's a question, write down how you feel about this question or this topic. Let's turn that into a song. And it would go to my turn, and I would say what I wrote. And there was a girl who was my friend in the class who like, every time, like the first time I said the problem, she just rolled her eyes and was like, ugh, but everything he says is lyrics. I can't stay. It's like, so I
get the same feeling even watching you write songs now. Like,
really?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I think especially with lyrics, and that's almost definitely just because I don't really have much experience writing lyrics, because that's just not what I focus on musically. Mm-hmm. But very much like, you know, it is kind of, I get that same feeling of like, it's kind of crazy to actually just like sit down and be able to just like have a solid idea and crank it out in like 30 minutes. Yeah. Obviously it's not finished in 30 minutes, but like you get a really solid foundation really fast.
Because that's the thing, is I'm fucking fast too. Yeah. Like I like most of like it's kind of like a 90-10 for me. Like I will sit down with the idea, have nothing, sit down with the idea, get 90% of the work done in like 5 hours max. Like I just go into like I black out. I just sit down, I produce and record and write the whole thing. And then I spend the next like 6 months tweaking and polishing it to make it really good. But anyway, I went to this, back on track, back to the story, right? I don't want this to be too long, so I'll try and like.
We're just really good at talking.
We have great conversations. I was at this Berkeley 5 week, and I met a guy there who I don't think I'm going to name, but he was a really, really talented drummer. And he was young too. I was 17. I think he was 15 or 14. I think he actually turned 15 at the camp. His birthday was during then. But he was really incredible. So incredibly talented. And he really loved my music. I played a lot of people my demos there. And like, again, not to brag, but like I got a lot of responses of like, I remember there was a guy there who was actually just a normal student at Berkeley who was staying nearby for the summer and had like a crazy home studio near the campus, and he invited some of us over, and I played my demos for them on the speakers, and they're like, verbatim what they said is, what the fuck are you doing in New Mexico? They were like, you need to be here. So I played a lot of people my demos, and a lot of people thought they were really good. And this guy really connected with them, and we also just connected very much. The drummer, yes, as friends. And his family was pretty wealthy, and they already had some music industry connections. And he approached me and asked if I wanted to be in a band with him. And we would do it together, and we would take my songs. He would play drums on all of them. and we would put them out together as a band. And I was like, yes, you're gonna pay to mix and master, professionally mix and master all this, and you're also gonna play on my I was elated. I was so excited. And I got home from that summer, and I went through some really big difficulties. I have bipolar. I got diagnosed with bipolar after that summer. Was briefly hospitalized, and I got out of it, and I started working with this guy over Zoom because he lived in Jersey. And we worked together for like 6 months, polishing the demos. He recorded drums on all of it. We got everything ready. We had a whole album, like 14-song album ready and really, really good, or the best we could at the time. And then we went to go mix and master it. And they flew me out to this professional studio in Jersey to record and mix and master it. And that's when things kind of fell apart because the way I make music is all on my laptop. It's 100% on my laptop. And I'm very good at that, and I'm very particular, and I know what I want. Yeah. And these studio guys just didn't really get it and didn't understand the kind of heart of the music. Like they got us to re-record all the guitar parts, all the vocal parts with their like fancy studio microphones. Yeah. And then like we sent them the stems, and they did a lot of like tweaking and cut a lot of stuff to make it like more radio friendly. I know.
That's rough.
And it sucked. And we got the first demo back, and we hated it. We were like, this is not the song anymore. And so we had to split with this studio, and they were like not happy about that because they really liked the music. They were really invested in it, and they were really passionate. And we were like, sorry, we don't like anything we're doing. We're actually not going to use any of the recordings we did for a 3-day studio lock-in. And they were like, they weren't mad. They were just like disappointed. Yeah. And from there went that was in 2022. That was the beginning of 2022, and I did not officially break with this band until September of 2023. Because what happened was, after that happened, they just slowly stopped responding to my texts and emails a little bit longer every time, and just kind of ghosted me. Yeah. And then finally, after me pestering them, they officially told me we're not doing this in September of 2023. So that was the first attempt. The second attempt was in between the studio session and when they officially pulled out of that, which was Beta Fish. Beta Fish was this idea I have of like, I got really, really into hyperpop and still am. Which is like most people would consider that bad music, and they're wrong.
They don't know anything. They don't know what bad music is.
This motherfucker listens to the most insane music. I just want to like I listen to bad music. In post, I just want to give it a couple. I'm gonna play some music that you unironically regularly listen to and enjoy. Oh yeah. That is what she listens to. Thinking hyperpop is bad or weird, you have no conception of the iceberg of music. But anyway, I got really fucking into hyperpop, and I love it, and I still love it. I'm obsessed with it, and I wanted to be a hyperpop artist, but I was approaching it as a side project. So in other words, I really wasn't taking it seriously, and because I was like, oh, but this band is still going to happen, and that'll be like my main thing, and I'll just be Beta Fish on the side. And that'll be like my fun side project that I can just dump stuff anytime I want. And I did that. And then a friend of mine who is also a musician who I knew in high school who was going to college in LA met a publicity person in LA and referred me to her. And we started working together for that project. And through that, I was in college when that was happening. And I fucking hated that. The public, I don't know if she'll ever see this. I'm not going to mention her name. If she is seeing this, know that you're a really great person. You're really good at your job. I hold this not against you at all. It was my perception where
being a teenager.
Not even that. It was just like, I was goofing around with this music. I wasn't taking it seriously. The first song was called Cry About It, which, is a banger.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's a great song.
It's a really cringe song, but it's awesome.
It's so fucking good.
The hook goes crying all... Well, you can go listen to it. It's on Spotify. Yeah. Crying all night in a parked car. I'm a fucking god. I'm a rock star. Let's get fucked up. Let's get shit-faced. More knots than my motherfucking shoelace. It's a really cringe song, and it was intentionally cringe. That was absolutely purposeful. But when I was working with this publicist, she made it my whole fucking life, or at least that's what it felt like.
Post
to
a
me.
TikTok every day.
Yeah, she's like, you gotta post a TikTok every day. You gotta have a brand. You have to rebrand your Instagram. You have to do all this stuff, which is all good advice if you want to blow up or whatever.
If you want to take it very seriously.
And that's the problem, is I didn't want to take this music seriously.
Yeah.
And I got myself in a bad situation where I was just super unhealthy mindset about the music. And I remember the song came out, and I did this month-long promo campaign, and I hated every second of it. And the song came out, and that shit got like over 1,000 streams in the first 2 weeks. So it worked, but I just was so conflicted because I liked the song, but I was also hated it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this isn't supposed to be serious, and like, I don't know. I was almost like cringing at people for liking it. It was bad. It was all bad. And so I didn't pursue any more of that, even though I had a full 2 albums of that music.
Yeah.
And then the third attempt was, I was just going to release music under my name. And that began right around the time I dropped out of college in 2023, April of 2023 it was. Because I started to make this music that I was really proud of, and kind of upgraded my technique a lot in recording and production and playing, especially guitar playing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try again. Beta Fish didn't work. I hated that. Let me just release music under my name. It just felt wrong. It felt wrong, and I stopped. And then I spent, and that song came out in February of this past year, a few months after we moved to New York.
Yes.
And it felt wrong. And I went through a couple months of just being really, really fucking depressed. Woo. And I almost just like gave up entirely. Like so the first song, first official song in my mind for Goldfish 24 is Whale Fall. And that is the song I wrote in the depths of my depression that broke me out of it. And that's why it's so important to me. So anyway, that arrives to the present date. Sorry, that was a really long-winded story. No. Hopefully the other episodes won't be this long because I don't have to start with my entire life story. But anyway, that's all the context you need. Now we're at the beginning, which is where we are now. Goldfish 24 is me taking, because I also had this, I've been really conflicted for a long time about what my sound is, because I love alternative music like hyperpop, EDM, indie rock, punk, all these like more harsher, edgier genres, but at the same time, I love really clean, straight ahead pop music just as much, if not more. And so those things come together in really weird ways in my music. And also, not to mention, I'm like a trained jazz musician, so like that's in there too.
A little bit all over the place.
A little bit all over the place. I sing opera. I've never sung opera in one of my songs. I should work on that. I should make an opera track. I'm a little bit all over the place. And that's kind of one of the things I love the most about my music, but it makes me really hard to market.
Yeah.
And so I was like killing myself over like, I have to choose between my alternative side and my commercial pop side, and I can't have both. And Whale Fall was me joining those two in a way that I'd never done before. And it was like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just going to make what I want to make.
Yeah.
And that just set me free. And so Goldfish 24 is me taking the pop side, which was Alexander Waters, and then taking the alt side, which was Beta Fish, and they have unionized and come into harmony. Unionize is the wrong word. They formed a union.
Yeah.
And
demanding that you pay them better.
Yeah, I am paying them better. I'm putting out music.
I think you're nourishing your inner
I'm
selves.
nourishing my soul, honestly. Yeah. Good for me. So Goldfish 24, and I put out Whale Fall. It was that. It was the end of July. That's when it was. It's like July 26th. And that was the first song. Before that, I did put out the 2 albums of Beta Fish music I made called Breaking the Bowl Parts 1 and 2, because I like a lot of that music. I don't like a lot of that music. And I just don't want to. I didn't want to go back and save it for later and spend another year polishing it to put it out later. I was just like, let me be done with this. I need a palate cleanser. I'm just going to put it all out. I'm just going to vomit it all up into the world. People can listen to it. They can like it. They can hate it. I don't care. I just need it off my chest, off the table, so I can work on the new stuff.
Yeah. And
so that's what Breaking the Bowl 1 and 2 is. And then Whale Fall is kind of the first real song. So Goldfish 20, that's what Goldfish 24 is. The next song is called The Pit of My Life, which as of right now is coming out in 2 weeks. And that's the second song. And we're going to shoot some of the music video for that after this.
Yeah.
And I'm just really, really fucking excited because the first 3 times I've tried to do this, it hasn't felt right. It's felt wrong. But this time feels really, really good. And it's it's weird because it's less successful by the numbers so far than Betafish was. Like, I have 9 monthly listeners right now. Pretty sure Whalefall has 30 streams. And I couldn't be happier. Yeah. Really, because I'm being true to myself. I'm being true to what I want. And I've found my identity as an artist. And I really love what I'm doing. And so that's all that really matters. It doesn't fucking matter if I have 30 streams or 30 million streams. Yeah. I'm doing what I love. So that's the project. I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to abandon it. Like I have the first thing. I was nervous about that. I was like, if I make a new name again, am I just going to keep repeating myself? But no, this time, oh shit. Internal temperature high. Oh no. It turned off.
That's so sad. Hello, black screen.
Hello, black screen.
Hi, I don't know why the camera just turned off.
Pause this. Okay.
Yippee.
So the camera got too hot. So we put it in the freezer for a while, and I ate some hummus. And now we're back to it. What was I talking about?
You were talking about, like, now abandoning projects.
Right.
Abandoning this one.
I was like, I was worried about if I'm going to abandon this one, but I'm not. I know I'm not. Because if this feels really good. Yeah. And it's weird because it's like I'm getting the least external gratification I've ever gotten from one of these attempts. The first time I had, that drummer and his teams like pushing me on, and like they had all these big fancy connections. Yeah. And I was like, shit. And they're like, ooh, we're going to be the next big thing or whatever. The second time I had that publicist. The third time, I had, I guess I didn't have much that time either, but it got more streams, and the video guy gave it a lot more attention. But this time is the 4th time, and honestly, I feel like the people who follow me on Instagram are just sick of my shit at this point. They're like, dude, again? And I'm like, that's so fair. I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. Except for Quinn. Quinn's the homie.
Quinn's awesome.
Quinn.
Shout out Quinn.
Shout out Quinn. Shout out Quinn. I'm not going to explain it.
At Quinn on Instagram.
At Quinn.
That's a lie.
At Quinn.
Just Quinn.
Just one. No last name. Just Quinn.
That's his name.
Good. Thanks, Quinn. Thanks, Quinn. Shout out to Quinn. So, yeah.
I feel like starting something without much external stuff can kind of be like helpful.
Really?
Like when you you're not getting as many streams or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's something where like organically getting that following is I was going to say like better or like healthier, but I don't think there's like a wrong way to do it. But I feel like it can feel a lot more rewarding when you're doing a thing that you really want to do and not compromising on anything. I think it like those 9 monthly listeners or however many that you're getting on Whalefall, I feel like those 9 people are appreciated way more than the 1,000 people that listen to Cry About It.
That's true.
Like each stream, each individual little number, each individual person means more.
Yeah, and that's what
like
it's all
they
about.
Care about you.
Because it's like, of course, especially like in the year of our Lord 2024, like, and I'm not reinventing the wheel by saying this. Everyone knows this already. The numbers are so addictive.
Yeah.
It's so addictive. Just be like, let me make that number go up. Make that number go up. When you're not actually thinking about what that means. Because like for me, and that kind of brings me to my next point, which is why is any of this happening? And the reason any of this is happening is because I love music more than anything in the whole world. Well, except for people. I like people too. I love people a lot. But besides that, music's the best.
Yeah. You can have music without people.
True.
So.
There you go.
There you go.
You heard it here first. So, but I've always loved music. Like ever since I could walk, that's all I cared about. Was, even in diapers, I was obsessed with busking videos, right? Like, and music to me, the reason I love music so much is because it's such a powerful tool for communication. That's why I love it. Is because to me, the reason music matters so much is because it is the closest thing we have to truly understanding each other. Like if I feel like being able to write a good song can express what's going on internally better than words ever will. Personally.
Only a little bit biased.
only a little bit biased. I don't know.
I agree with you though.
Maybe
like,
not.
I can see it. Yeah. I think it's something where like making that claim about literally any form of art.
That's true.
Is like you'd have a million painters being like, actually.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I do want to say to that point, I don't think it's just music, because I do other things too. Like I love to write. I love words. I've gotten into drawing again, digital art, now that kind of thing. I love acting and theater, right? So it's like maybe just art instead of just music.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah.
But to me, music has always spoken to me in the deepest sense. But that's just who I am.
Yeah. I am also biased. Like,
yeah,
I'm not as much of a music maker as you are, but I feel like my appreciation for music is it's pretty close to yours.
Yeah.
It's just very different.
It's very, very different, because you appreciate like your sphere. Not saying you don't appreciate other things.
Yeah.
But you're like really, really into your area.
I have a very like weird niche programmer internet furry weirdo approach to appreciating music. I feel like
and it's and like I've grown to love that music because of you, even though it is fucking insane. It's so insane.
Yeah.
It's so insane.
But it's like I have a lot of not quite as much as you. Like there's not I don't have a story of like my parents coming into my room and having me be like, get out of here, I'm composing. I don't know, something like that. But like I've been interested in music forever. I was doing like I did busking when I was like 4.
I forgot about that.
I've done that. Bluegrass.
What did you play in the bluegrass?
I don't remember.
Was it sax?
I think violin.
But I'm not. You played violin when you were 4. That's hilarious.
I've gone through a fuck ton of instruments.
Yeah.
But like I've always been interested. There are some really fucking funny videos of like me dancing my little 4-year-old heart out to whatever the recent Katy Perry song is in 2009.
Oh my god! I gotta see this video, dog.
They're great. They're great. Yeah. I had a tap dancing themed birthday party where my dad made a custom stage out of like wood that we had sitting around.
You had a tap dancing themed birthday party.
I did. I don't really remember much of it.
Oh my fucking god!
I did.
I would have never guessed that.
Like I've gone through a lot of stages of music appreciation, I think.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah.
God. Wow. Bless your
Even
heart.
back then, I was listening to like Katy Perry and like Lady Gaga,
the GOAT.
And also like the Beastie Boys, because that's what my dad really liked, the Beastie Boys.
Your dad really liked the Grateful Dead.
The Grateful Dead. And I was also really into like Skrillex when that music was getting popular. That was my music taste.
The thing about me and Skrillex is I hated Skrillex when he was like real big with like sprites and monsters or whatever.
Scary Monsters and Nice
Sprites.
Sprites.
Because I had a friend. That was when I was like, how old? I was like 9?
That's like
8 or 9.
Yeah.
Because at the time,
I don't know when it was released.
I had a really horrible friend who was like a sadist. He like tortured his hamsters for fun.
Yeah.
And he played me that one that's like, call 911.
Yeah.
What's that, Skrillex?
I think it's Bangarang.
Yeah, Bangarang. He played me Bangarang, and to him it was like, isn't it so cool?
Violence music.
It's violence.
Can't you imagine killing someone to this?
Exactly. And I was terrified of Skrillex. But now,
now you can appreciate killing someone to Skrillex.
Fucks with Skrillex.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate killing someone. I'm personally more of a Porter Robinson fan.
Yeah. You would be.
But Skrillex can get it too.
Porter Robinson is also a classic artist.
Yeah, and I love Porter Robinson.
Yeah.
Skrillex, like I might kill people might kill me for saying this. I could take or leave Skrillex. Skrillex is okay.
Skrillex is like,
yeah.
I think I feel like Skrillex was a little bit too too much of a core part of like my music journey for me to want to leave Skrillex. But I think that like, if I ignore my personal bias because I like was really into Skrillex when I was like 8, I could take or leave Skrillex too.
Yeah.
Like,
so, like people might really kill me for this. My favorite thing Skrillex has ever done is the songs he's produced for Justin Bieber.
Yeah. What about the collaboration with 100 Gex?
I think Justin Bieber beats it.
That's okay.
It's close. It's close. But I love the work he did with Justin Bieber and still doing. I think he produced a couple songs on Justice, which is like one of my favorite pop albums of all time. Anyway, I know he produced one for sure.
Yeah.
which is weird because it's like the opposite of the one you'd expect it to be. It's like the really emotional piano ballad.
Oh yeah,
and he produced it. I don't know. It's really good though. The sound design's incredible. You can tell Skrillex made it.
I feel like that's kind of something this is a tiny side tangent.
We're deep in a side tangent right
now. But I think that's something that's really interesting about like EDM artists like Skrillex and whatever is like they make the screechiest, like weirdest bro step ever. But it's like I think that a lot of the time when you're actually putting effort into it, there are plenty of artists that just download like dubstep sample pack number 112 and then throw it into their DAW, throw it into FL Studio and upload it to SoundCloud. Yeah. But I feel like if you're actually like really into it and producing it and making your own stuff, I feel like a lot of the things that you learn from something like dubstep or whatever would translate really well into just like genuinely good mixing and mastering, because you learn so much about like form and filter, different filterings and stuff to make those dubstep sounds. Dude, I think it would translate really well.
Literally what Hyperpop did to me.
Yeah.
Because through Hyperpop, I got into a really intense electronic music, and through that, I learned how to actually fucking produce.
Yeah.
Because before I was just making like normal pop music, and I was just like, you know,
do you think
like nothing against normal pop music, but at least the stuff I was doing, super simple, super straightforward, nothing fancy in the production side. But then once I got into this crazy electronic music, my production game like 10 times better. And now I'm going back to the pop music with my EDM production skills, and it's game over. It's game over, dog.
Do you think part of that was like this is maybe a little bit me being an egoist, but do you think that like part of that was stuff like Tinnitus or Anti-Melody? Do you think part of that was hearing my insanely overdriven stuff?
For reference, there should be like a warning. This will hurt your ears. Don't listen to it if you're sensitive to noise.
Yeah.
This is Tinnitus. Stop. Okay.
That's an old song. I'm not really proud of it anymore. I know you really liked it. I'm not really proud of it anymore.
But I do. I love really harsh stuff.
Yeah.
I do. I am a big fan of that. Like, and that's the thing that's so frustrating is my palette is so wide.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like even when I was in like middle school, like I had a huge playlist from like I like Humble by Kendrick Lamar to Doty on that, and I was like I think it was like Humble shuffled into Smitten by Doty, which and I was like,
I was the exact same way. I remember in high school I had I had 5 playlists that were called like levels. It was level 1 through 5.
Okay, yeah.
And level 1 was the most normal music that I listened to, and level 5 was the most insane music.
Yeah.
I was the exact same way.
Yeah, so it's like and now like I love 100 gecs just as much as I love Justin Bieber. I love Skrillex because you know he's in both of those worlds.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should move on. Okay. Before we got way off track, the next thing I wanted to talk about was fear, because that's why. Jump scare. That's why I'm 20 years old and I've been making.
You're 20 years old because of fear?
Yes. No, I've been making music since I was 16, and I'm 20 now and putting it out for real this time, you know?
Yeah.
And the reason is because of fear. And that's something I recognize and respect now. It's like I was just really fucking afraid because the situation
scary.
It is
Other
scary.
people are scary.
Other people are scary, but it wasn't even I was like afraid of people. I was never afraid that my music was bad, except for the Beta Fish stuff. That's because it kind of is bad, but that's the point.
Yeah. Beta Fish was bad.
Fear.
Fish was bad.
Yeah, fear. I was never afraid that the music was bad because I love it, and I love my music so much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry if this makes me a douchebag. I listen to my music a lot.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, that's another problem is I forget that my music isn't released because I love it and I listen to it and it's all downloaded on my phone. I listen to it a lot and I'm like, man, this is really good. Oh wait, I'm the only person that's alive that has heard this.
Yeah.
But it was fear and it was less a fear of like judgment from people, although that was definitely there.
Yeah.
It was a fear that I wouldn't do it right because I care so much about this music. It's my whole world that I didn't want to release stuff because I was afraid that I would release stuff and no one would listen to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of people's judgment. I was afraid no one would listen.
Yeah.
Because
you're afraid of people's apathy.
Yeah. So I don't care if you hate it. Apathy, that terrifies me. Apathy terrifies me. because I always thought like, oh, I need a like publicist, or I need an engineer, or I need like a team or a manager, or I have to do it this way, or like, I have to do it the right way. I have to do it the perfect way and start perfect. And if I don't start perfect, my entire career will be over and no one will ever listen and I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt.
That's the mind killer.
That's the mind killer, man. What is that? Frank Herbert, Fear is the Mind Killer. For real. Go read Dune. It's a good book. What? It is.
Yeah.
Fear is the Mind Killer. For real. On God.
Frank Herbert said that.
Frank Herbert
said
that.
Quote.
That whole quote.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real, on God.
Yeah.
Frank Herbert.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's rough though.
It's rough. And like that is the mindset I was in. And I think I was also kind of like that was an incredible opportunity I had the first time I was going to put out music with that drummer and his team and his connections.
Yeah.
But I think that also poisoned me a little bit, because if I never met him, I would have started releasing music when I was 17. Because I wouldn't have any other way. But meeting him, I was like, oh, I can do it in this really, really great way, and I can be successful from the beginning. Let me just do that instead. And then I tried doing that, and it fell through.
It didn't work out.
And then afterwards, I was like, now I feel like now
I have to find another opportunity.
Yeah, now there's like this expectation that it has to be like that to happen at all.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not true. So I'm starting from zero now. I mean, I don't know if I'm starting, but like I am, you know.
Yeah.
And that's good, and I like that, because it's like, now I know it, you know, it's me. It feels like me, and it feels good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy right now. I'm very happy with it. But I've gotten over that. And so that's why I wasn't putting out music. It's because I was afraid.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I recognize that now. But next step is overcoming that fear. That's the next thing I want to talk about, is how did I overcome that fear? And I think you're a big, big part of that, because you have this mindset of just like, you don't care at all if people give a shit, but you don't even care if people are apathetic to what you do. You just do stuff, and I admire that so much about you.
You just mostly ADHD. I think.
You just be on your bullshit chronically. It's amazing. No, seriously, she does like, she will like, I don't know, you like make a video game for like fun. I don't know. I can't even. I don't have enough technical know-how to describe what you do. Can you just for the folks at home? Can you just like tell me what, like, just in your own words, what is one project you've done recently?
One project that I've done.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm trying to. That's tough just because like. I feel like it's genuinely difficult for me to pick out one project that I work on, just because so many of my projects bleed into each other.
Okay, well, just like pick a part of one. I don't know, something you've done, because you do a lot, and I just don't understand.
I mean, I've been doing a shit ton of like shader coding. That's kind of a part of a lot of different projects, but that's something that I've put. I'm not even very good at it yet.
You're getting better.
Obviously, I'm above average because the average is 0. Yeah. But you know, like I feel like to your point where. I feel weird like talking myself up. I'm not trying to do that.
You're
but
fired,
to your point about me just like doing shit is like,
you got a lit work ethic. Sorry,
no, I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Your work ethic.
I have a great work ethic as long as it is something that I am autistic about.
Yeah,
and if I'm not, it's fucking rock bottom.
I cut you off. Keep going.
But like I do live streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not a popular streamer in any regard. I would not call myself popular.
I think you're more popular than.
I think I am above average.
Above average.
Above median.
Yeah, above median. It's statistically you're above, but it's very low bar.
Yes, yeah. It's low bar, and I love all the people that watch me very dearly. They mean the world to me. But you know, I'm not making a living off of streaming. I do it because I enjoy it and because it's fun, and in the hopes that it will work out. But I put so much work into the minute fucking details of that, and I sit down and spend an entire afternoon writing shaders and making stream graphics and stuff for a stream that 10 people are gonna watch.
That's fucking awesome.
And it's like,
I respect the hell out of you.
I just do it because I like it. I enjoy the process.
And that's how I feel about my music too. Is like, well, you know, I just watched a Jon Bellion interview today because, you know, I do that.
Yeah.
And
you activity.
It's me activity. Oh no, its temperature is too high.
That's so sad.
Again.
Hi again, black screen.
Hi again, black screen.
We're gonna cut again.
So, I was saying about the Jon Bellion interview I saw, and the thing that, you know, one of the things I love so much about Jon Bellion and that he really emphasizes is like, he is 120% focused on if the music is good. That's all he cares about. That's all he cares about. He's like, if the music's good, everything else will follow.
Sure.
And like he, you know, I don't like I said, I've done a lot of research, and I don't know like the precise details. Actually, I know a lot of the details of how he came up and like what it was like when he was starting. But his focus, and that's what like I admire about him so much, is like he just put in his 10,000 hours for making beats and making music.
Yeah.
And like he was doing all the fucking time and like just making stuff and getting really good at making stuff, and all the other bullshit, PR, you know, clout chasing, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck about that. The reason that he has the fans he has is because he cares about his craft and he cares about making a good product. And I admire the fuck out of that. That's a sentiment I agree with so strongly, because like I've met some people in my, you know, journey who like we talk, we become friends because you know, like we're both musicians or we're both trying to make it in the music industry or whatever, and I'll get to know this person, and then after a while I realize, oh, we're actually not that similar. And some of these people are really great. I don't want to like talk down to them at all, because they do it their way, they like it the way they do it. That's fine, I respect that. It's just I've met a lot of people who care, they treat it like a business, you know. It's like they are less musicians and they're more business people, where they want to be like, you know, the next Juice WRLD or whatever, and so they'll buy a really good beat from someone and then they'll write and record over it, and they'll just do their vocal part, right? And they get really good at that, and then they spend a bunch of money getting it professionally mixed and mastered, and then they spend a bunch of money promoting it, and that's how they do it. And like that is just never going to be me. It's never going to be me. I am all about the creation. That is what I'm about. I do not give a shit about the money. Because I've never had money, and like I know it's like not really fair to say this if you don't have money, but I don't really want money either. Like maybe once I have money, I'll be like, oh yeah, I want money. But like, I mean, right now
I feel like it's something where like saying that, again, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel, in my mind at least, I feel like it's something where like saying I want money or I don't want money feels weird, but I feel like it's just something where like the money is like a second thought. Whereas like if you're making money off of your music, then fuck
it's a
that's
bonus.
Like ideal.
It's a bonus
because you could make a living doing what you love, but your primary focus is just making music because you enjoy making music.
Precisely.
Whereas, you know, some of these other people are maybe making music because they want to make money.
It's money and fame. You know, money and recognition. And again, like I really don't want to talk down to these guys, because some of them have been really great.
To each their own.
You know, and that's what they want to do, and I respect that. Who doesn't want that, right? But it's never what I've wanted, and all I've wanted is to make music that matters to people. Because that reminds me of what you said earlier with like the smaller numbers meaning more. It's like that's why. I think that was what started the side tangent. We went off about Skrillex or whatever. Is that's why I do music, is because I want to, because I know I've had life-changing experiences listening music and listening to my favorite songs, and they've helped me so much just in my life as a human being. Helped me understand myself, understand things, you know, in my life that are difficult, or I don't have the power to change, understand all kinds of things. It's just it opens my mind. It helps me meditate in such beautiful ways, and that's what I want to give to people. Like, and I'm sure everyone has that experience. Unless they're like, I don't know, just don't like music. In other words, I don't know anyone who doesn't like music. But I feel like, you know, the vast majority of people have that experience of like listening to your favorite song cranked all the way up and just like crying, or like running really fast, or like punching a wall or something. You know, it helps you understand your emotions. But anyway, going back to the interview, quality. That's my whole thing. That's what I want to focus on. God, I forget where we were talking about quality.
We were talking about like you're passionate about the creative process.
I just like, I'm really, really focused on making good music. And like, you know, my music's out there, so, you know, I know a lot of people won't like it just because, you know, it's weird.
Personal preference.
my goal has always been to make music that I love, that I think is really fucking good, and I'm doing that. I love the music I'm making now. I love all the music I'm putting out, and that's why I'm feeling so happy about this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So I think we were talking about overcoming fear, and that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
There is one point I really want to make about overcoming fear, which is what I've learned is Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
But genuinely, it's like.
It sucks how much that's true for like everything.
How much that's true,
dude. It's like when people tell you, it's like, oh, you're depressed, just like have a glass of water and go outside and get some fresh air. You get some sunlight. Like that's the most like yoga mom response. Like that's not gonna help me. Or like work out, that'll help your depression. But it does. It sucks.
It does.
It sucks that that working out helps your depression. But it totally fucking does.
It totally fucking does.
That's so stupid.
And applying that to music, it's like I have not done anything because I've been so afraid. And because of that, and I think that's it was the issue, is I was so afraid to start because I was so afraid it would be bad. But then you never do it, and then it'll never be anything but nothing. Right? Yeah. And that's the thing, is like when I put out Whalefall, I didn't promote that shit. I didn't do anything. I just put that song out. It got 30 streams. No one listened to it. I didn't do any of like the PR stuff I knew I was supposed to do, and so it didn't go anywhere, and that's fine. It felt amazing just to put out the song and the video. And the video is I love that video that we made. It's really everyone I've shown it to has also loved it.
Oh yeah,
it's really good.
Yay.
And
I'm a budding cinematographer.
You really are. It's just do stuff. And what I've learned is like I have to put out a song to learn how to put out songs.
Yeah.
And if the first one doesn't go anywhere, that's just, you take what you learn and you do it with the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one after that, and you just keep putting out music.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is you're going to get better at making music, and you'll get better at promoting your music, and you'll get better at all this stuff, but you have to start, right?
Yeah.
And so if anyone, is an aspiring musician or is finding this because you really like my stuff, or, far in the future, whatever, and I'm $1 billion and I'm saying whatever, and people are watching this, just fucking do it. I know it sucks. It's like, it's the last thing you want to hear, but that's it. That's all you have to accept.
It's so dumb,
accept
but you
the imperfection. That's it.
And I feel like that's also like you're talking about it specifically in the instance of like putting yourself out there, which it still is very obviously true for. Yeah. But I feel like it's also, I know you struggle with this a little bit less, like, or not at all. I don't know how much you really struggle with it, but it's also very much worth mentioning, I think at least, that that's really how it is with anything, not even necessarily putting yourself out there. Like if you are like, oh man, I really like, I struggle with this specifically, is like I really wish that I were better at art and drawing and anatomy and whatever the fuck. But it's like it's so hard to sit down and draw something bad, but if you don't draw bad shit, then you will never draw anything.
Preach.
You have to be bad at something before you can be kind of good at it. To misquote Jake the dog from Adventure Time.
Jake the dog.
He didn't say that, but he said something very similar.
Yeah. You have to be
sucking at something is the first step to being kind of sort of good at something.
Yeah, and it's like. You just have to. And that's how I learned how to make music, right? Is I made a lot of bad music, right? And even after making music for 2 years, I kept making bad music because all the beta push stuff on Breaking the Bold Parts 1 and 2, some of that I think is objectively bad. I like it, but I think objectively it's not good. And I made that 2 years after I started making music. You just have to keep making stuff. And even now, I mean, it hasn't happened to me recently, but I also just haven't like really been making a lot of stuff because I've just been making things when I feel inspired and haven't been forcing myself to create when I don't really feel like it. But I'm sure I will make plenty of bad stuff in the future and forever for the rest of my life.
I think it's also important
how you make the good stuff,
to put the bad stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you just if you make something bad and then you just focus on how bad it is and you never do anything with it, it's like you'll never learn from it. Yeah. I guess. And I also think like a slightly different point, but putting out bad stuff is important because somebody might really fucking love it.
Yeah, someone might like it. Someone might really like it. When I put out Cry About It, I had a person from Australia, random person, follow me on Instagram and DM me with like a paragraph about how much that song meant to them, and they drew fan art of me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? On this song?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. And that was just one person, but it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of also like, so this leads into kind of the next thing I want to talk about. It reminds me of another one of my favorite artists is Ed Sheeran. I love Ed Sheeran. And Ed Sheeran has this quote about songwriting where he calls it, it's like the dirty faucet, where you have to just like he says when he doesn't write songs for a long time, he'll get rusty. And in order to write good songs again, he has to turn on the faucet, which means he just has to write a fuck ton of bad songs to get all the gunk and the crap out after not letting the water run.
You just gotta let it flow.
And then eventually the good stuff starts coming out.
Yeah.
And then that brings, and my other thing I want to say about that is that's why I'm making this. That's why I'm recording this, is because transparency is so important to me. Because I feel like, especially in the music industry, you know, all like movies too, like a lot of things. Yeah. There is this huge obsession with like this
industry secrets,
image, this brand, this godlike appearance. It's like, you know, like I think of like Kanye West, who's like literally thinks he's a god.
Yeah.
And like, and it's not just him, but like a bunch of celebrities and musicians too, like have this like aura of like perfection, like they are above us, they have the inhuman, and they're not.
Yeah.
Of course they're not. They're just people, right? And that's the thing, is like, you know, if I ever reach that level of success, which, you know, granted, of course, I'm hoping for, or some degree of it, I just want it to go. I want to be on record that I'm just a guy. I'm just a person. We're all just people. And it's like, it can be so easy to forget that, but it's so, so important.
Yeah.
That's like,
I feel like this is maybe only tangentially relevant, but to that point, I feel like it's worth mentioning that this is being filmed by like the cheapest camera that I could find that was decent, sitting on my Stream Deck stand, which is then sitting on top of my broken PC that broke earlier this week, which is then sitting on top of a like $40 IKEA table. Do you want to turn it around
and show them?
Yeah, here.
That's it. That's the stand. Yeah, right there. And then the audio is just my laptop with my interface and these two microphones that I bought. Like, and that's the other thing about my my music, is another thing I really pride myself on. Dog, I've told you, I've probably spent a net total of less than $500 on my music equipment in the past 4 years. And the shit I make, like, again, I'm bragging, I don't care. Like, I can make better music on my laptop with my Blue Ember microphone and my Volt 2 interface than like people in professional level studios.
Yeah.
I can, and that's the amazing thing about 2024 is, you know, we have access to these kinds of tools. So fucking use them. So it goes back to the just do it thing. If you want to make music, if you want to draw, if you want to code, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, just start and be bad.
Access to information and learning materials and software to make stuff is like the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
So you just got to do it.
Just do it. And, you know, you'll
sponsored.
This video has been sponsored by Logic Pro.
I meant Nike.
Oh, Nike. Yeah, right.
Just do it. My bad. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But Nike, if you're watching this,
to all my Nike execs,
to all my Nike execs watching, but fuck, I forgot. Yeah, just do stuff and be bad at it, and also love being bad at it. Because there's this thing. My mom tells me this all the time. I love my mom. She's one of the smartest people I know. She really loves beginner's mindset, and she's totally right. Beginner's mindset is like this phenomenon. She didn't make it up. I forget, you know, where it came from originally, but it's this, you know, phenomenon of when you begin something, when you're just starting to learn something, a new skill or something like that. It's like being a child.
Yeah.
You see everything so much clearer because you don't have all the years of contents and experience weighing you down. Everything you see is a new experience. So you go into it with a totally fresh pair of eyes.
Yeah.
And so, like, be grateful that you're bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, be thankful for that, because you'll only ever be bad at it once.
Yeah.
Once you're good at something, you're just good at something. You can never go back.
Yeah.
Right? Like enjoy that moment and enjoy the, you know, the joy of discovery, of learning, of gaining something new. It's a beautiful thing. So don't ever be ashamed of being bad at something. That's the most important part. Because I'm also a music teacher. That's how I make most of my money. I've been teaching music for like 2 years. And what I always tell my students is, like, every step of the journey is equally as important. doesn't matter if you're a grandmaster or you just, sat down at the piano for the first time.
Yeah.
Like each of those is equally valuable, right? Because every step is important because you couldn't get there without every step. But anyway, I want to talk about the music industry a little bit. The music industry blows.
All right, music industry segment over. On to the next one.
It sucks. It's like, it's really fucking hard. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted because I feel like it's at the same time, right now, it's the most accessible it's ever been.
Yeah.
It's also the most frustrating it's ever been.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I feel like for you also, I don't know how true this is necessarily or how you feel about it, but like, I feel like in your situation, it's also a deal where like it's easy to complain about the music industry, but also you kind of have to participate in it.
You have
a little bit.
You have
as much as it sucks.
Right, and it's like I could rant about it for a long time. I just don't really want to because I want to try and wrap this episode up pretty soon because we're at like an hour right now. But it's like how it feels right now is it's the most accessible it's ever been. There's very little gatekeeping anymore by like corporate executives.
Yeah.
You can make it happen for yourself. But I feel like the double-edged sword of that is now that's the expectation of and I guess that's not a bad thing, but it's how do I put this? It's like I don't want to post fucking TikToks all day. You know, like I don't want to have to be expected to be a 24/7 content machine in order to be a musician. That's not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be a TikToker and a social media creator. I like making stuff, but I like making music and like music videos. I like making art. And some people like making content. That's great, good for them. And I guess this is content. Whatever. That's content and art is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But I like making a lot of stuff, but I also don't want to be, told like I have to. It's so draining. To pretend that I care about TikTok, right? It's like I don't give a shit about TikTok.
Sucks.
And that's just kind of the person I am. And I know that I'm kind of an outlier for my generation. I just don't do social media.
Yeah.
I really don't care. I have it, I'm never really on it at all. The only time I ever go on social media is when I want to post something.
Yeah.
And like, I just don't find it like I'll get sucked into it every once in a while. Like I'm not immune to that. Everyone has that, but I just don't.
They are designed to do that.
There's like when I sit down, when I'm like on the train, my last inclination is to check Instagram.
Yeah.
I would rather stare at the window than check Instagram.
This is. I won't go on a rant about that, but I did have something that I wanted to say about the music industry, which is like, I think that when you say that it is the least gatekept it's been, but I do think that it's still very gatekept. Not in that it's way easier than it's ever been to like release music and just put yourself out there. Yeah. But I do think that like popularity is still very gatekept, where it's like putting your songs on the Spotify curated playlists costs money. Most of the songs on there are from like record labels that own part of Spotify and make money from every Spotify stream. Like
Spotify is a whole nother bag.
It's rough. It's rough.
Spotify, God.
But
I'm terrified. I think there's like a Spotify bubble that's gonna pop.
Eventually. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
It's the same thing with like streaming services and stuff. It's gonna happen.
2024. This is not just in music, but just in like America and like the world in general. This is a really weird time for media.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, because that's the other thing is, like I said, I do all this research about people that I admire so much now that came up, and the music industry is so astronomically different now than it was 10 years ago, that these stories of how my favorite artists came up just don't fucking work anymore. It's like, and honestly, in the music industry right now, no one has any idea what's going on. The record labels don't know. The artists don't know. No one fucking knows what's going on because TikTok can make like a random disco song from the 70s be the biggest hit in the world for like 3 months for no fucking reason. And like that's cool because it's
like everyone has a chance.
It like makes it democratic in a way where like if something's really good, it can just blow up naturally. It doesn't need a big like a company behind it, but it's it's like it's a really weird time, and no one knows what's going on, and you kind of just have to figure it out. And that's why when I say it's the most frustrating it's ever been, because no one has any fucking clue.
There's not like a correct thing to
There's
do.
not like, and I guess that's always kind of been true
of like, sorry, the other like pitfall of like what you were talking about earlier, where it's like, oh, I got to do it the right way.
Yeah, there is no right way.
Who fucking knows what the right way is?
No one fucking knows what the right way is.
Trying to do something right and not letting yourself do it until you do it right is just a good way to never do it.
And that's, that's what I've learned.
That's exactly what you said.
That's what I've learned. And I mean, I suppose like that's kind of always been true in the music industry, is like there's no easy pathway. Like, it's not like there's one way to do it. Like, there's a million different stories, and everyone does it a little bit differently. But like,
and whenever there is one, like, oh, this is how you get popular making music. I feel like the most famous people that come out of a generation are the people that didn't do it like that. And have these success stories that are like, I subverted the status quo by not doing the normal way to get popular, and I got popular doing this.
It's a fucking nightmare, and it will drive you insane if you think about it too much. So my opinion on the music industry is, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna work really hard. I'm gonna do my best. But at the end of the day, in order to stay sane, my priority has to be my own health, and if I love what I'm doing. Yeah. And that's why, unfortunately, I'm sorry, TikTok, I'll post on you a little bit. I'm gonna make some TikToks. I'm gonna post some TikToks. I'm not gonna chop it out of my life entirely. But we're just friends. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And like I have to set boundaries for myself. And like, well, it's not. I don't even have to set boundaries for myself because I have no inclination to be on TikTok whatsoever.
I feel like TikTok just makes me feel like gross, kind of. And it's the same with anything like TikTok. Like Instagram Reels is the same way. And that's me being me. Yeah, I'm weird. But
I'm not gonna dive into that right now.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It does drain on me. TikTok drains on me. Making TikTok drains on me. It's hard because it's also hard to just like be like, damn it, too high again. Okay, next time we really have to finish up
on the next episode.
On the next cut. So the camera keeps overheating.
Yippee.
So we're going to try and finish this up.
We love technical difficulties.
You see, we meant it when we were filming on a cheap-ass camera. Okay, so I was talking about TikTok, and the point I was going to make was it really sucks when you have but you're like, oh, this is a really cool idea. That one in a million, like that one time every month that I actually get an idea for like a social media post that I kind of like, and I post it, and then it's like, 3 people have seen this. And that's not a good feeling, but that kind of goes back into the theme of the whole show, which is screaming into the void. Just do things for doing them. Don't worry about if anyone will hear you or not. If a tree falls in the forest,
I bet that tree had a great time.
I bet that tree had a great that's that tree had a fucking fantastic.
I bet that was the most exciting moment of that tree's life.
Honestly, probably, yeah.
Who cares who heard it,
dude? Yeah. Anyway, I have a couple more points I want to go over, which is honesty, and
I feel like that kind of ties into a little bit of like, I know you have your thing you want to say on it, but it also ties into, I feel like what you were saying about like, just a little bit ago about like, kind of showing the process, I guess.
Right.
Like you're human too.
Yeah, that's what that's what the whole point of this is, because one of the things that matters most to me, I'm a freak about it. I really value honesty to the point where it like gets me in trouble sometimes. Like just in my life, I'm just really, really honest with people, and I'm not like mean. Like I'm genuinely, like, I'm not saying that because I am mean and I don't want to. I genuinely just don't have a whole lot of mean things to say to people. I'm just a pretty bubbly guy most of the time. But
like a sparkling water.
Dude, I fucking love LaCroix so much.
I'm gonna kill you.
You can suck my dick, all right?
I don't want to. It tastes
my
like
soul
LaCroix.
Tastes like a limoncello LaCroix, and I stand by that.
I don't want anything to do with you.
Come on, man. Anyway, I like LaCroix. Fight me. What the fuck was I talking?
You're a bubbly person.
I'm a bubbly person. I am a bubbly person. I'm very sweet. I'm very like, hi, how are you doing? Have a lovely day.
Customer service.
Yeah, but like everyone's my customer. I don't know. I just like being nice, and like but I do go fucking insane when any of dishonesty is involved. Like, I'm really, really bad at being dishonest. Because this is not how I am, and that bleeds heavily into my music. And that's what I'm so proud of with these two songs. Like, I love the lyric from the song that's The Pit of My Life that's coming out in 2 weeks. The chorus is, "I'll crawl out of the pit of my life. I'm trying to have some light in my eyes. So I'm sorry if this doesn't sound very nice. It's not like I tried. That's a lie." I love those lyrics. I love them.
Hell yeah.
And it goes with the song too, because the song can be pretty harsh and aggressive. So like, I'm sorry if this sounds bad. And I didn't try at all. That's a lie. I tried really hard.
Yeah.
But it's also, that's kind of like that lyric to me, just kind of is just being real with people of like, genuinely, I am sorry if you don't like this, because I did try really hard and I really want you to like it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that Jon Bellion says, actually, you know, like, I forget what interview it was that I saw with him, but he says this thing sometimes where he's like, it was the recent one he did with George Janko, I think.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I am trying really, really hard. I'm not gonna be like this fake guy. Like, no, I didn't even like.
It's easy. I didn't even have to put work into that.
He's trying really fucking hard, and if he fails, he actually fails. That's something he says in the podcast that I really like. It's like it's genuine failure. There's no sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel too, is I just want to be as honest as possible. And that's why I'm making this, because I also want to be honest about the process and who I am as a human being and why and how any of this fucking works. Because I want to make this podcast as like a breadcrumbs that I'm leaving behind for someone like myself years from now who might be in a similar situation, who just feels lost and doesn't know what to do. I can't tell you what to do. Only you can do that. But I can tell you everything there is to know about how I did it. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's honesty. And there's one more thing I wanted to say about that with social media, which was there's this really fucking frustrating phenomenon with social media is people can smell dishonesty. People can sense when something's disingenuous. And it stinks, and people are. That's where cringe comes from. It's like when something it comes from other things too. But, like when you see someone who's obviously not being true to themselves, it kind of makes you cringe, and people know that, and so people know that image. You know, you want to come off as really authentic, and so because that's what sells and that's what makes you popular, and people know that, so they will be. The people get really, really good at seeming authentic and not being, and that's what social media is built on, right? And that drives me fucking nuts. And like that's the number one reason why the Beta Fish promotion campaign killed me so much, is because I felt like, again, promoter, you're great at your job, I don't blame you for this at all, but I personally felt like I was being shoved into this pen where I had to be authentic, but I had to be authentic in the right way.
Yeah.
And I suck at being dishonest, and it's obvious when I am. And that was me posting all those fucking awful TikToks. It was blatantly obvious if you watched any of them that I was doing them because someone told me to.
Yeah.
There was not an ounce of actual desire to make those in them. And that's why it sucked, and I felt bad, and people watching were like, and I was like, and it was just bad.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up another lyric of mine. Sorry to quote myself so much. I really like my lyrics. I'm sorry. Okay?
They're pretty all right.
They're pretty all right. In Whale Fall, my favorite lyric in that whole song is, "Honesty is always best until it hurts." Because that's what I was feeling when I wrote that song, and that's a feeling I still get sometimes. Is like people are like, I just want you to be honest with me. Just be honest. Just be honest. Why can't you just be honest? And then you're honest, and then they're like, oh, that wasn't the type of honest I wanted.
Yeah.
And that sucks. So I think there's two parts to that. One, keep being honest even if people don't like it.
Yeah.
And two, be a little bit more open-minded when people are honest. And I know I've been on both sides of that train of like, I've been too honest, and I also have been afraid of people who are too honest, and it's totally understandable on both sides, right? But just try and be nice to people. Anyway, that's honesty. Next, aspirations. Where do I want this project to go? honestly, I'm already happy. Like I haven't done anything. I'm like, this is pretty cool.
I'm enjoying this.
I mean, obviously my aspirations are to make a living off of it because it's what I love more than anything. I don't want to have to work as a bartender to pay the bills. I really want to make a living off of it. I really want to have a fan base and a following that really gets my vision and likes it a lot and understands it. You know, there is a part of me that really does want to be the greatest and go down as one of the greatest in all time. And that's something else about me that I want to make sure that is understood, because I've talked to people about this before, and I feel like I haven't worded it well, where I'm like, you know, I have a very high level of ambition, and what I desire is not to be like famous, but to be like important, I guess, like
to be remembered,
I suppose. Yeah. I want to go down, like, you know, as crazy as it is to say, there is a part of me that really wants to like go down in history as one of the greatest. But I want that not because I want everyone, all the accolades and everyone's going to love me. And I mean, everyone feels that way a little bit, of course. Like, you're lying.
Humans are a social species.
Yeah. But what really matters to me is that I go down as one of the greatest because I actually was one of the greatest. I was actually one of the best to ever do it. And I worked my ass off, and I had the talent, and I had the motivation, I had the ambition, and I really realized my full potential. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So there is that. That is something I want. But, you know, honestly, I don't feel like that's in my control, really.
Yeah.
All I can do is do what's best for me in my life, be happy, and work really hard. And then the rest is out of my hands.
Yeah.
You know? So aspirations, what do I want? One, I kind of already got it. I'm doing it. That's what I want. Yeah. Two, I would really like people to listen. That's probably the biggest thing. Is I just want people to listen to my music. I love it so much, and I really want it. I want so many people to listen to it because I want people to understand and connect with it. I think that's the biggest thing. And of course, you know, I do want to be great, but I think I'm mature enough to not let that be a high priority, because I know that it's not really in my hands. I just do the best I can, and what happens happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's really it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty happy with the. Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, I was going to say that it's like, I've sat here saying for the last like 5 minutes. I wish I had more input on this segment.
My bad.
No, I don't have a whole lot that obviously it's talking about your aspirations a whole lot, and I don't have a whole lot of input on that.
It is the me show.
Exactly.
Thank you for being.
No, it's not the Alexander Waters show.
It's the Goldfish 24
Screaming into the void.
It is Screaming the Void.
You don't even know your own damn show.
Shut the fuck up.
Get a load of this guy. Holy moly. Get a load of this guy.
Did you like my bit?
Can we cancel this guy on Twitter for that?
Did you like my bit?
That was domestic abuse.
Fuck off.
Cancel this guy on Twitter right now.
Anyway, what the hell were we talking about?
I said I feel bad that I don't have a ton of input.
Right.
I feel like
fine. And thank you for doing this with me, genuinely, because like this is
I'm great at sitting here and saying while you talk.
You are. You're really good. You're a really good listener, and it really helps me a lot. So thank you. Anyway, so yeah, I those are my aspirations. I don't know. I want people to listen, I guess, is what it is at the end of the day, and I want to make a living off of it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I'm very, very happy with the music I'm making. I think that's the biggest thing, actually. The biggest aspiration is to finish my projects, because right now I have one song out. This next one's coming pretty soon. Those are singles for a 8-song project that I'm thinking I'm going to call Errors in Communication, which is kind of a more experimental sounding body of work, but all of those songs they're songs from different eras. I've made them all kind of at different random times. The ones I'm putting out now I made very recent, like in the past few months, and then some other ones I made like a year ago, but they all have a very similar theme to me, which is errors in communication, either with other people or with yourself, of like not understanding yourself or not understanding other people and in the ways of like having bad relationships, conflicting with other people because you want one thing and they want another, or yada yada yada, and having those same emotions with yourself too.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. I'm doxing my whole release schedule right now. I don't give a shit. The next thing, I have a couple songs that I think are just going to be standalone singles that I really like, and then the next kind of big idea is I'm probably going to put out this 5-song project, which has been like pretty much done for a while now. This is the project I made that made me kind of rethink and try and do Alexander Waters. It was like, this is a new sound I want to pursue, is Places, which is a 5-song EP with all of the songs are different places that matter to me. And then after that, I have another themed project, which is my debut album, Plants and Rocks. You heard it here first. Plants and Rocks. That's all I'm going to say.
Invented those two things.
Yeah, I've invented.
Are there plants and rocks on the album?
There's a lot of plants and rocks in the album.
Yeah.
Every song is either a plant or a rock.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the ratio?
I'm not sure. I haven't finished it yet.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that because I want to have an aura of mystery.
Can't reveal the ratio of plants to rocks.
Can't reveal my secret.
You can't reveal the ratio of plants to rocks. It's like,
it's going to be so funny with it when this has 0 views on YouTube. Anyway, so
you got to do it for yourself.
I'm doing it. That's the whole point. I'm doing it for myself. The mystery. I'm doing the mystery for myself.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, it's fun.
It is fun.
Slight side tangent. It's fun to just do things because they're fun.
Yeah.
Even if nobody's paying attention, it's fun to be like hype yourself up and be like, oh, this big project. I have this big project coming.
I do have this big project coming. I don't know when Plants and Rocks will come out. I'm hoping sometime next year. But I also don't want to rush things, you know? Because I have so much fucking music and a lot of it I really love. But you know, and there's a part of me that just wants to like put it all out right now.
Yeah.
But I want to take the time to do it right because I with the release schedule, I you know, when I started Goldfish 24, I sat down and I filled out a whole like Google form of like how I'm going to release music for like the next year and a half, and I'm totally behind already, which is fine because I was way overly ambitious with that release schedule, and also I just don't need to rush it. Like, let me just take it step by step and do it naturally as it goes, and then that will give the time for the bodies of work to realize their full potential. They'll come out when they're ready. And then after the Plants and Rocks, I actually have the beginnings of an idea for the second album, which I think I'm going to call The Radio. And I want that to be kind of like a return to my much more fundamental pop roots, where I'm trying to make, you know, really good like radio friendly music. Yeah. But anyway, that's aspirations. Last two things is, well, second last thing. What am I doing now to do these things? Well, we're going to shoot some footage for the Pit of My Life music video after this. We have to finish filming that. Then I'm going to edit it. And then Sophie's going to finish editing it because she's way better than I am at that. And I submitted the Pit of My Life to 4 different music blogs today. By the way, if you, like me, are scared and confused on how to submit to music blogs and promote your music, I literally just Googled where to submit alternative music blogs or some shit like that. Got a great list with open submissions, sent some emails. There's one that I was telling you about earlier today that you lent me money for, which was like a pretty decently sized music blog that really just cared about alternative artists and independent artists and would just do like full review coverage interview for $60. So it's out there. Yeah. You can find sources to cover your music, which is very encouraging to me, because coming from working with a publicist, I think I had like this mindset of like, oh, I have to have like this middleman for anyone to care. And that's true with the bigger ones. You do kind of have to know someone who knows someone, but there are ways to do it. Just Google it. Just look into it. Just do it. Nike. Yeah. So that's what I did today. You know, I started working on a new song today. I'm always making new music. Made a dope song on the airplane back from New Mexico last week. Nice. That was the one I showed you the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the flight one.
Yeah,
that one was good. So keep making music. I'm making music. Right now I'm just kind of trying to find a job. Because the other big reality that I think I'm coming to terms with, that I don't know, it's so obvious but I didn't realize it, is your favorite musician spends most of their time like going to the bathroom, just like eating dinner. Like they do normal people things too. Like they don't, they are not constantly on the grind 24/7. They also have to like sleep and, you know, like play video games sometimes, right? Like, so I'm trying to be as productive as I can, but also, you know, I'm just trying to take it easy a little bit. Like we spent a lot of time this week playing Magic the Gathering. Yeah. And it's been a fantastic use of our time. Also watching like a bunch of TV shows. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
It's been good stuff.
Would recommend Chernobyl. It's a good show.
Very much recommend Chernobyl.
Really good show.
I fucking love Chernobyl.
Love that show.
I came across a Tumblr post that was like, if you were the main character of the show that you're obsessed with right now, would you live?
No.
No.
It's a good show.
It would be bad.
No one lives.
I would not. No, not at all.
All right. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to be kind to myself. I'm trying to, you know, I submitted stuff to music blogs. I'm making this podcast. I'm filming some stuff for a music video. You know, I'm making new music, but that's really all there is to it. I feel like, because this is just the beginning. Maybe once the ball gets rolling a little bit, there'll be a lot more to keep me busy. But at the moment, I'm just kind of, you know, doing it as it comes. Yeah. And I feel like
there's also like, you know, I don't think that you should feel the need to justify yourself like this, because this is like justifying like you don't need to justify yourself to anyone. Just do what you want to do. But I feel like if you wanted to, it's very much a valid and true thing to say that in order to make good art of any kind, you kind of just got to take care of yourself.
For real. You know? That's the last point actually that I wanted to go over. Before we move on to that though, there's one more thing I want to mention about this, what am I doing now? Which was, give me a second. It's coming to me and was damn it. It was right there.
You're chilling doing things as they come to you.
Yeah, I'm doing don't
I'm great at reminding him what he was thinking
about. Listen to me, you watching me, don't kill yourself because you feel like you're not doing enough. Because, like, let me tell you, I am 20 years old. I am a trained opera singer, trained jazz musician. I teach music as my job. I wrote a fucking musical. That's another thing I do is musical theater composition. I have written hundreds and recorded hundreds of all these songs. I wrote a book. I did that. And then this is not me bragging. This is me saying that I've been very productive. I've been very productive. You have done a lot of things. I've been very productive, and I've done a lot, and I've gotten really, really good at a lot of things. And I spent most of this week playing Magic the Gathering. You don't have to be a unstoppable work machine. You don't have to be some unsleeping god. Yeah. You don't have to practice 40 hours a day. Shout out to Two Set Violin. That's a deep cut reference right there. You don't have to be Ling Ling. That's also a deep cut reference. Shout out to Two Set Violin. You don't. I mean, like, don't kill yourself. Like, take care of yourself first. Yeah. And if you really love, if you really love something, it will just happen for you. But that's, I mean, you have to work. Of course you do. Yeah. Like, there's sometimes when you don't want to do it, when you really got to do it anyway. Like, I did not want to send the Pit of My Life press release stuff today. I did not want to do that, but I made myself do it anyway, and I actually really enjoyed it. When I started, it made me really excited. So you have to work even when you don't want to, but you don't have to work all the goddamn time. Take time, take breaks, rest, and forgive yourself for that. Yeah. And that's still something I really, really struggle with.
I feel like taking breaks is like it's like the most important thing a lot of the time. Yeah, no, it's like you're never going to get good at whatever you want to get good at if you are if you have shit sleep and you're not eating well. Like, that's just not your brain is literally functioning suboptimally. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to learn well. You're not going to, it just won't work. You know, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And but there is something I want to say, because in my, I have a lot of, toxic mindsets with myself of kind of how I talk to myself that I have to watch a lot of the time. And what I said earlier, something I said was, if you really love it, it will just happen for you, which is kind of a really bad way of wording that. Because I know a bad thought that I have when it comes to that is, oh, well, it's not happening for me, so I guess I don't love it, which means it's not good enough and I should stop and kill myself. Yeah. No, that's not it either. Don't think that. What I say is, really be honest with yourself about what's important to you. Because, for example, I was really intense with jazz piano for like 3 or 4 years in high school. I'm be real. All you musicians are gonna waggle your finger at me for this. I haven't really practiced seriously, like sat down and had I've actually been practicing more recently. I've started to get into classical music, which has been fun on piano. But genuinely, I have not had a daily practice routine in years. It's like not since I was like 17. I haven't had it's been like, and I'm pretty damn good at piano. And I've also gotten better in the past 3 years. I haven't gotten nearly as better as I would have gotten if I was practicing. Like, cause I went from zero to I went to zero to like tier, like a very high level for a high schooler. I did a lot of work in those 3 years and I got really good. And now I've gotten good enough. I'm kind of just coasting, to be honest. And that's on me. I'm going to practice more. If I want to get better, I'll put that in. But the reason I haven't practiced is because it hasn't been a priority. And that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. And I've met a lot of asshole musicians who, if they heard me say that, would be like, oh, well, I guess you're just...
Sounds like you're not a real jazz musician.
Sounds like... And I'm not a real jazz musician. For the record... Especially in New York City.
Yeah. But like you don't claim. I feel like I worded that. That was me wording that poorly. I feel like instead of like you're not a jazz musician, it's I
am a jazz musician. I'm not like a crazy jazz musician.
It's like, you don't care enough about piano. It's just like a fun side thing.
No. I love piano.
Yeah.
It's just, you only have so much time in a day, and
there are also a lot of other things that you care very deeply about that also require time.
Be honest with yourself about what you really love and what you really want to spend your time doing, and then do that. Yeah. And then do the other stuff when you have time for it. And if you don't get to it today, that's okay, right? You will have time to, like I said, I've done all this crap and I'm only 20, right? You will have a lot of time to do a lot of things. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Just take it easy.
Do what brings joy.
And that leads us to our final point for the evening, which is none of this matters. Everything we've said in the past hour and 38 minutes doesn't matter.
It'll be less than that. We've been recording. We have an hour and 38 minutes of audio, but it'll probably be less than that.
Yeah, it'll probably be less than that. Everything we've said in this podcast, all these things I've been talking about with my music, because that's why I want to make this podcast, is document specifically my music career. It's so fascinating to put it this way, because this subject, my career, my music, this thing that matters to me so much, is worth hours of talking about it.
Yeah.
It's worth so much. I moved across the country. I moved to New York City from New Mexico when I was 19 years old to do music. That's a lot. It matters a lot. And yet, all of that means nothing compared to living a happy life and just like feeling okay about yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I mentioned before, I'm diagnosed with bipolar. I've struggled with mental health a lot in my life.
Samesies.
I've been suicidal. I've been there. I've been on that brink. I don't want to bring down the mood too much. But I've gotten close to killing myself in the past. Like it's been a real struggle for me. It's been a fight, and my family too. My family struggles with mental health a lot. It runs in the family. We've never had a lot of money. I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
What I've learned is, and I think a lot of times in my life, I think music has kind of been I don't want to say an escape, because I don't think that's really true. It's more like a substitute of like, if I just if I can just get these streams on this song, or write this amazing song, or finish this project, or move to New York, or
then I'll be happy.
No. Happiness has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Happiness, and it's like what you said earlier. As much as it sucks,
fuck.
We were always so close.
That'll be really funny on the video.
That'll be really
cut to black. The camera overheated again.
God damn it! Gotta put it in the freezer, and then we're gonna wrap this shit up. Holy shit. Okay.
Back to it.
Finish this. What I was saying was, as much as it sucks, what you were saying earlier, and as much as it's true, what will make you happy, and like, you know, I'm not here to tell you what's gonna make you happy or not. That's only you can decide that. But in my humble opinion, in my experience, what the things that have actually made me happy are going to the gym.
Yeah.
Cooking and eating healthily for myself, making sure my room is clean, taking my medication, going outside, and drinking water, like all this dumb shit that you don't want to think about.
Yeah,
that's what will make you happy. It's not like a
mindset of like, if I get good at this thing, or if I once I do this thing, then I will be happy.
Yeah,
I think that's a bad mindset, because it prevents you. Like, you have to be happy to do stuff.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's not once I do this thing, I will be happy. It's once I'm happy, I will do this thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, because like in order, and
it's so much harder to do shit when you're sad, bro. Trust.
So much harder. Yeah. And so like the things
as someone diagnosed with being sad, it's a lot fucking harder to do things while you're sad.
I agree with that. Can confirm. Like it, as much like what I've learned, you know, and it's weird because I did not understand this when I moved to New York City, and that was just last December. That was like 7 months ago.
February. Yeah.
No, it was February for you. I moved in December.
You moved in December. Yeah.
So that was like, it was like 7 months ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, 7 months ago. No, 8 months ago.
That was like 9 months ago.
Yeah,
something like that. We're in the 8th month right now.
Yeah, between about 3/4 of a year.
Yeah.
Ago, I moved to New York, and I didn't understand this when I moved to New York, and kind of going through all this shit, and I had a very difficult start. I had a hard start to New York, and also an easy start at the same time because of you and your family supporting us, but also I lost my ID.
Yeah.
Like a month after I got here, and I couldn't have a job for 2 months. That
rough.
Was bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that. If you're gonna move to New York,
okay. Step 1 to being happy: don't lose your ID a month after moving to New York.
If you want to move to New York, one something else I've learned by moving to New York is you don't have to move to New York. That's not something you have to do. Granted, New Mexico is not a great place to be for music, so I think I definitely should have gone somewhere besides New Mexico. I love you, New Mexico, by the way. If anyone here is watching this from New Mexico at some point in the night, you're my favorite person. I love New Mexico to death. I don't know when I go back, but I will. I want to die there. That's how I feel about New Mexico. It means the world to me. However, it's hard to start a music career there. But you don't have to move to New York, okay? I moved to New York. I love it. I will never regret it. I love it here. It's a great place. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, you can do this anywhere in the world as long as you have like an internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah. If you are gonna move to New York, like, fucking get a chain for your wallet or some shit. Don't lose your wallet.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Please. Like, genuine. Here, wait, hold this for a second. After I lost my wallet, this is what I did. I bought a fucking fanny pack.
That's how you know it was bad.
I carry this with me wherever I go. The only thing I keep in my pockets anymore is my phone, and I'm never going back as long as I live in this fucking city.
Yeah.
Don't lose your wallet.
Yeah.
Moving on. What will make you happy, you know, in my experience, what really makes a person happy is doing all the things that no one wants to listen to, which is just
take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Take care of the people that you love. You know, build real foundational relationships with people. You know, eat good food.
Yeah.
Serve your community. All this corny ass bullshit. And no one else
all that dumb fucking stuff.
Here's the thing: is like oh, I remember why I was talking about New York again. Is because I didn't understand this only like a few months ago when I moved.
Yeah.
When I moved, I was dead set on becoming the greatest of all time. And that, you know, was less than a year ago. And now my perspective has shifted worlds just by being here, right? And sometimes maybe you do need to move to New York because you need New York to teach you how much you don't need to move to New York. That's how it was for me.
Making a mistake is not the end of the
world. This wasn't
a
mistake.
I'm not even saying it was a mistake.
Yeah.
But in the case, if you decide to move somewhere because you feel like you need to move somewhere and then it fucking sucks,
you learn something. Okay. You learned something.
You learned that place fucking sucks.
And use that to build on the next choice you make. You know, you just, because it's like that, it's like that meme of like, oh, people think it's like success, failure. No, it's failure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it is. And so don't beat yourself up for making mistakes. Use them as opportunities to grow,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not the first person to say that, but it's true. So what I understand now is like I don't need to live in New York. I like living in New York and I don't plan on leaving. But if there was, if for whatever reason I wanted to, I would, because it doesn't, the only really solid reason I have for being in New York is musical theater. Cause that is this is the place for that.
Yeah.
But that's a separate conversation. The point I'm trying to make is, like, I keep thinking about that teenager me, when I was 17 especially, right? And all ages from like 16 to 19, right? I was like this, which is all I cared about was my career. All I cared about was my career. All I cared about was music. That was the only thing that I thought was that was the core drive of every decision I made. And it's not anymore. And somehow I'm doing better at it than I ever have been. And I think it's because when I discovered that, like you said, it's not going to make me happy. What's going to make me happy is all this other bullshit that I was trying to ignore. And that's actually going to make doing music easier.
Yeah.
Once I figured that out, it's been a lot easier to do the music.
Yeah.
It's because it's just, God, what was, there's one more thing I wanted to say about that. It's like, I remember like my therapist and like other people in my life telling me what I'm telling this camera almost verbatim or phrased differently.
Yeah.
And me being like, oh, you're full of shit. So if you're watching this and you think I'm full of shit.
I'm so sorry. I know it sucks.
Like, let me put it this way. I don't know what to say to make you believe me, and I'm not going to try, because I certainly know if this was me talking to myself, I don't think there's anything I could have done to convince me. Sometimes you just have to live through it. Sometimes you just have to have life experience and get your shit kicked in, and then you learn.
Do you think if Jon Bellion was like, he was on a podcast and he was like, you gotta take care of yourself, man. You gotta go for a walk and drink a glass of water.
That's so funny because that's just what happened. Like,
do you think that would convince you?
No, that's what happened. That's what happened in real life.
Yeah.
Like I watched the podcast with George Janko, that interview he did recently, and he talked about how much he how important it is that he exercises and he like doesn't give a shit about the music. And I was like, and that's what made me start going back to the gym. Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Jon Bellion.
There you go.
Appreciate
Maybe
it.
you'll be somebody's Jon Bellion. Take care of yourself.
That's everything I've ever wanted. Just to be someone's Jon Bellion. He's a pretty cool guy. I like Jon Bellion. In case you haven't known.
I couldn't tell.
He is my favorite artist. He's not my only favorite artist. I don't want to like be the number one Jon Bellion fanboy and have that be my whole
If Jon
brand.
Bellion has 1,000 fans, I'm one of them. If Jon Bellion has 10 fans, I'm one of them.
Stop talking.
If Jon Bellion has one fan, it's me.
Shut up.
If Jon Bellion has 0 fans,
stop.
I'm dead.
Fuck you. I do.
That's you. That was my you
Shut
impression.
I do love Jon Bellion a lot. And I'm not embarrassed about it for that matter. I don't want to come off that way. He is my favorite artist, hands down. But like he's not the only thing that's in my sphere. But
take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
Got to do it.
Love yourself.
Yeah. Love others.
Love others.
Love things.
Love things. And
with your whole heart.
With your whole heart. And if you can do all of that, anything you want to do after that will be way easier. Way easier.
And it'll be a lot more fun too.
And it will be a lot more fun. So love first, then success.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this, that Bollywood movie that I keep talking about? So there's this Bollywood movie I watched recently that I'm obsessed with called 3 Idiots. Go watch it if you haven't. Go watch it. If you have seen it, good job. There's this quote in it that I love, which is it's something like, if you pursue success, you'll always be unhappy. If you pursue excellence, success will chase you. So, be happy. Be excellent.
To quote Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other.
I think we're going to end on that. All right.
Shout out Bill and Ted.
Shout out Bill and Ted.
And Quinn.
And Quinn. my homie Quinn. You the real one, bro. We love you, Quinn.
Even past the incorrect opinions about Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Quinn likes Chicago better than New York, and he's fucking wrong. Anyway.
Sorry, Quinn.
And Lakes. And Lakes.
We love you, Quinn.
We love you, Quinn.
We love you, Quinn.
We love you, Quinn. Okay, I think I'm done. So if you watch this whole thing, thanks. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Hi.
How are you?
Thank you so much, because you cared enough to listen to what we had to say about life for 2 hours, and that means a lot to me. Because like I said with this whole music thing, all I really want is to be listened to. So if you made it to the end, you in fact did that, and you did me a tremendous service. So thank you a lot.
Yippee.
Yippee. And I'm probably going to post more of these. I'm going to do more of these. This is episode 1. I was going to do them on a schedule, but I don't really think I want to anymore.
Yeah.
They're pretty long, so I think there's a lot to cover in each one, and I don't really want to make another one until I have more to talk about. So I'm going to make more as my journey develops, to keep a record and keep anyone who's interested updated.
Yeah.
But we'll just see when that is. Depends. I'll just make another one when I feel like it. I'm going to try and do it like every few months, like around every 2 months, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think this was a tremendous start. Thank you. All right. On that note, good night, everyone.
Like and subscribe.
That.
Or something.
And be happy.
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. And we're going to end on that. Thank you, Bill and Ted.
Thank you, Bill and Ted.
Signing off.
And Quinn.
My homie Quinn. Bye.
Bye.